back to square one.
I want to share some of the fundamentals about step sequencing or beat making with you real quick. There's a lot to talk about and I don't want to waste any time, so I'm just going to get right into it. Okay, you're going to start out with a couple of MIDI channels and a couple of audio channels when you open up your project in Ableton, and you're going to see this bar up here. Go ahead and left click here on this right black arrow and bring it over here on the right hand side just before the 2. And then you're going to want to go over here where it says drums, left click, and then left click here where it says drum rack, and just drag that on in. This here, it sets the loop marker, and this button, this toggles whether the loop's on and off. I like to go ahead and turn that on so that while I press play as I'm listening to my pattern while I'm composing it, it's going to go ahead and put that in a loop. And you're probably going to want to do that too as you're sitting there experimenting. Now, as we brought the drum rack in, it created this instance down here where we've got these pads. Now, each one of these pads is an area where we can drag a sound into, and then we can place those sounds in the MIDI clip that we're going to create. We're going to left click right here and drag that over, and that's going to highlight that area in blue like that. And then you right click on it, and it's going to create this menu, and you click on insert MIDI clip, right? So now that pops up. If you double click on that, we're going to see that there are all these piano notes down here. So if you click on the bottom right hand corner in this area, that lets you toggle between where your MIDI information is going to be and where your drum rack is. And we're going to go ahead and load some sounds into these pads. Okay, so you click up on options and scroll down to preferences and bring up your preferences window, and then click on the library on the left side. And if you look down here on the bottom, it's going to say location of user library. And this part is really important. You want to curate your own sounds as much as possible. I believe that. I think that that's important. There's a lot of free sounds out there. Go and find them. Go record your own sounds and get yourself a folder and try to stay organized because it can get totally out of hand. And then, you know, you've got your sounds. You've got your individuality that kind of puts your fingerprint on your music. So anyway, you want to set that up. Find where you want to put your user library and direct Ableton to it. And then over here on the left, down in places, there's a button that says user library. So you're going to want to click on that. And I've got it open already. And here's like the top of the folder hierarchy. And I've got one called packs, which I should probably call drum kits, but a lot of them they come in bundles, so I call them packs. But I was looking around for a second, and I just chose this Boss one. It's from like an old drum machine, so it's kind of got a simple sound to it. But you can preview these sounds by left-clicking on each one. And then I'm going to go ahead and drag them down here into these pads. And as I do that, it's loading them up into the drum rack. I'm just going to do these first 4 here. And now when I can double click, or I can switch back and forth here on the bottom. But now you see that the piano roll information is just these 4. And each one is connected to one of these. You can preview them by pressing this little play button in the middle. So now when I press play, well, look at that. Those drums I loaded up are playing. So there's a snare. Every other sometimes, right? Little hi-hat, cowbell sound. And I'm not trying to get into like music production here. I just want to show you how easy it is to get started. And from here, sky's the limit. So yeah, you know, you make a separate one, you come back here, make another MIDI clip, boom, and that's all blank again. So you could just keep with the same sounds. You don't have to get too crazy. You can bring your loop marker over here a little bit. So now you've got a little beat. And that's how you make beats. That's how you make beats. It's so easy. Let me know if this was easy to follow. Let me know if there's anything I was a little too vague about. I'm going to elaborate on this some more in the future. So let me know what it is that you would like to know, and maybe I can help you out with that. I think for the next video, I'm going to show how to add effects within Drum Rack, because it's a little bit different than adding effects to the main channels, the channel itself, and I'll cover that more then. So thanks for checking it out, and I'll have more content coming for you guys soon. Take care.